Parents, taking your kids skiing, it seems at first, if it's your first time doing it, seems scary, and it really is. It's a lot of preparation at first, but let's get into it. Let's go. This is kind of going to be a breakdown of like what I mean, just my experience from raising she's 9 now, and I've helped other kids on the mountain get their wits about them. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you can, try and get some used gear for your kids instead of renting it. That way you can have it at home and they can put their boots on at home, get comfortable. You're going to have gloves and stuff for them to play in the snow, but get them their own helmet, get them their own boots. You can hold off on the skis and rent the skis, but I would still just get them a small pair of skis that, you can get used, or ask ski club or something if they have, or go to a ski swap. We have a ski swap. It's today. And then I'm recording this Saturday, November 15th. So check out local patrol ski swaps. That's the best place to get used gear on the cheap. So just anyways, yeah. So before you even head to the mountain, get them comfortable with the ski boot, with ski socks, with putting on, maybe not all the layers inside because that'll get hot, but like their base layer, they can wear that. They're good pajamas too. And then ski socks, and then ski boots, gloves, the helmet, goggles, get all them into that and used to the equipment before you get out there. So it's not kind of like a brand new experience for them. So that being said, when you do head out to the mountain, it'll be fun. It'll be stressful. Especially if it's your first time. Of course, you're a parent, so you're obviously have parental worries and stuff, and let me help put those at bay. Make sure first, keep your first days short for both you and the kid. 2-3 hours max, I would say, like max. Maybe you could do 1 hour and that's fine. Honestly, when you're first starting out, the important thing is just to get out there and get the experience. Now, if you have them I would ski with them. I wouldn't put them right in a lesson right away because it just depends on how old they are. But for mine, I started her out and she was super young. It doesn't matter. There's never an age to start. It's never too late. You could be 60 and just getting into it. That's fine. But when you're taking kids out, yeah. So the thing is, keep it short. I would say let your kids set the pace. Some kids like want to just get right into it and bomb hills. Some kids want to take their time and sidestep and pizza wedge, and it doesn't matter. It's all about just having fun and letting them get used to the snow, the feeling of sliding on the snow. Do it safely, and then so when you're on the snow, this is what I would do. Take a ski pole. Don't let them use ski poles off the jump. You don't want to sharpen any edges. This is also going back to that prep thing. You don't need to sharpen kids' skis. You don't want to. You don't need them sharp. They're not catching ice, and you're not hitting any grades where you really need that edge. In fact, it's better because if they fall and slip and hit their ski, if it's not sharp, it won't cut them. So, not that that's like a super big concern because the skis are shorter, but still, you don't need to sharpen little kid skis. So take your poles. I'll usually, I'll take my poles and let her keep her poles. So so when you do let them use poles, anyways, let's go back. No poles for the kids. I take my poles, and then that allows me to pull her when we're going into the lift. And then also when we're at the top of the lift, let's go through this. So when we're getting onto the lift and you're loading the lift, one thing that I stress to parents is tell your kids back to back on the chairlift. So when you're getting on the chairlift, the only thing that I see those leashes, everyone sees those leashes on the mountain where your kids you have 2 leashes and one attached to either the boots or the shoulders. I'm not a big fan of those. That doesn't let the kid do the skiing themselves. And, but I am a big fan of the shoulder straps and the handle that you get, because you can pick your kid up like a suitcase and put them right on the chair, and it makes it super easy, quick. And that's the name of the game when you're going through a lift and loading a lift, is keep it easy, keep it quick. So when you're on the lift, emphasize, because kids want to scoot forward because they have shorter legs so they can see over the edge. Emphasize to your kid or kids that they need to keep their back to the back of the lift chair, and that will keep their hips and their center of gravity and stuff way back. So there's no physical way for their weight to pull them through the safety bar. So back to back is the slogan that we use in ski patrol, and it's a good one. It's just back to back. Keep your back to the back of the chair. Ride the chairlift. Enjoy it with your kid. That's probably the best part of skiing with your family. They're the lift rides. That's where I think skiing's the best family sport in that sense. So you're riding up, talk to your kid, get a breakdown, just have a good time. Then when you get to the top, make sure you're telling them to keep their tips up. Doesn't have to be pointed towards the sky. Just keep the tips up so they understand and they don't get caught. And let them know why they're keeping their tips up. All this is like, tell them what they need to do and tell them why they need to do it. So, and you get to the top of the hill, you can then use your poles. Once you unload, I usually just hold on to my kid's hand. Even if she falls, I can, kids are light, you can hold them. Or you have that, if you have that handle for the backpack thing, shoulder straps, whatever. But yeah, once you get off, and this is on the beginner slopes, I'll take my daughter, take my daughter and put her between my legs and let her use the pole to keep her from going more in front of me. So I kind of have her in between my legs of the pole with her holding on the pole. And this can start to get sore on your back. That's why I say keep your first day short. You're going to be just as tired. You're probably going to be way more tired than your kid. So yeah, and make things a game. I would come up with like ninja drills or like karate drills. And just throw things like that in it. And then at the end, like definitely do not skip out on this. This is probably maybe the most important part of your day. Snacks and hot chocolate at the end. Don't skip the hot chocolate. Get a cup of hot chocolate at the bottom of the mountain at the end of the day with your kid. It's awesome. It gives you a tradition. I've been doing it. I won't stop doing it. And it's awesome. You just kind of get to take a load off after a good day of skiing. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. So hopefully you kept this to a lift ride, and yeah, peace.